I want you to watch how he stops, okay? Boom. Did you see that right here? Boom. Right? Look at that right here, right? He's running, and then boom, he stopped right there. So it's almost as if the last one that we just watched, he was in a continue. All he did was reach his hands up, but he was still running full speed. That's the difference. That's the skill gap in this year's Madden. Because I'm going to try to throw it to A.J. Brown. I'm going to throw it to the outside shoulder to A.J. Brown, and I'm not getting it to the outside shoulder, right? He's catching on the inside. I want to throw it to the outside shoulder, right, on this side by the sideline, okay? But having it at such a low speed, it's just not going to, the speed is not going to get there in time, right? So let's try it again, right? Outside shoulder, boom. So that's the difference right there. And it's actually a huge deal because the fact that he swerves to the right and he catches it outside shoulder, right? It's just such a skill gap. All right, let's see what else I got here, right? Boom. This is an amazing example. Absolutely phenomenal example. And I lobbed past that, okay? So he's on a post route. A.J. Brown is on a post route. So he beats him. I see that he beats him. And instead of him running the post, did you see how he does this? So instead of him running the post, I free-formed it up. Okay? Because if he's wide open like this, I would never want to freeform in this area because this guy's just going to break on the ball. So as soon as I see that he beats Diggs, boom, he beats Diggs. I see that. And as soon as he cuts, he's running that post, and I actually freeformed it up, and I lobbed past it. YouTube, what's going on, boys? So check it out, man. Madden 24, freeform skill passing. This is going to be a full entire tutorial, a full guide to all the passing, all of my passing tips from just Madden in general, okay? So this is going to be an excellent video. After you watch this, you'll be set the rest of the year, okay? So you got to trust me. I need you to trust me on this. All right, but we're going to be looking over freeform especially, okay? So let's hop into the settings and let's get you guys squared away, man. All right, so we're in settings right now, guys. So they have classic, placement, and placement and accuracy, right? Classic mode is just not going to be usable this year because I don't know what EA did, but there are so many incomplete passes. The passing is just, it's really hard this year. It's hard to pass because the passes are just hit or miss. So when you play on classic, you're kind of playing the lotto, you know what I mean? You're just putting a random chance that you're going to complete the pass. That's just not ideal. Placement, I would never use placement, okay? Because then you can't control the accuracy, and accuracy is number one. So last year and this year, the best is going to be placement and accuracy, okay? So you're going to want to do that. Passing slowdown. This just means whenever you pass the ball, it's going to, the visual will be in slow motion. If you're playing franchise, that might be okay, but you can't use this when you play co-op. I mean, sorry, not co-op, but when you play head-to-head, you can't use this. So you might as well have it off. That way you learn with it off. All right. And then the distance. Okay. So you have no max distance. You have near and far. Okay. You want to be on near. Okay. And I'm going to explain this here in a little bit. Okay. Once I explain it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. And then the freeform speed. Okay. So you have all the way from 1 to 20. All right, and then I'm going to be explaining this too. There's a skill gap when it comes to this, okay? So there's a giant skill gap when it comes to this. You don't even need to be at 20. But like I said, I got something really cool that I'm going to show you. That way you'll understand freeform to a T, man. You can put the ball exactly where you want it and stuff like that, okay? The visibility, visible, user only, okay? This is cool. All right, and then these settings right here are pretty important. Specifically, this one right here, this defensive heat seeker assist. Okay, I'm actually going to go over this in a future defensive video. Okay, you're going to want this off. All right, you're gonna want this off. And if you follow my channel, and if you're new here and you hit the subscribe button, you drop a like for me, then you will definitely see this in future defensive videos, okay? This is so important, and I don't think people understand what this means. So we're going to wait on this. And as long as you follow my videos, guys, you'll see me talk about this in future videos. It'll be 10 times. It'll be so worth it. It's absolutely game changer for the defense, okay? So for the first tutorial, I'm going to be on no max distance, and I'm going to be at 10. All right, so this is no max distance, okay? Now, in order to activate freeform, you have to hold this button right here, okay? You have to hold this down, right? It's the LT, or on PlayStation, it'd be L2. So you hold this one down, right? As if I'm holding it here, right? You hold this down as soon as the ball snapped. And what that's going to do is that's going to activate freeform, okay? You have to hold that button down in order to activate freeform. All right? So this is no max distance. This is what no max distance means, okay? You see the overthrow? I want you to pay attention to the orange circle and how far it travels, okay? Like I said, this is no max distance, okay? So as you see here, I'm overthrowing because there's no max distance. So I could, I'm throwing it to the fucking I'm throwing it to the stands, basically. I'm throwing it to all the fans, all right? And then that one I wasn't even full power. This is honestly really bad. It's so bad because right here I tried to throw to the outside shoulder of the tight end, and it's just the orange circle is just, it's flying way out there. You know what I mean? Like I'm just throwing it's just a horrible, like look at that. It's just, that's what no max distance is you can move that thing anywhere on the field. That little circle, the orange circle, the target, you can move that anywhere. And that's just not what you want. That's why you don't want no max distance, because it's literally no max distance, okay? So that's why you want near. So that way, whenever I freeform, I will still, that ball will still travel, but in the area of the tight end, or in the area of the receiver, right? It'll still be in the same vicinity, okay? All right, so I'm going to switch it to near, and I'm going to put the speed to 14, okay? Now, there's a specific reason why I choose 14, okay? You don't necessarily need it to 20, but I'm going to put it at 14, and then I'm going to put it at 2, and you're going to see there's a major difference that will, it's a skill gap that I don't think that the casual person is going to realize. All right, so we're right here, right? So I want you to watch Watkins. I'm passing to Watkins, okay? Now I want you to watch his movement whenever I freeform. All right, so I'm gonna pass lead him up, right? And as you see, it's a nice fluid. It's a smooth continuation of stride. He's continuing to run, okay? Which is extremely important. Look at this one right here, right? He's still running, so I'm getting a good rack animation. Whenever I say rack animation, rack means just whenever I hit square or X, right? Because I'm on Xbox, so when I hit X, right, and then he's going to continue to run, right? So this is why this is so important compared to having it at 2, is, right, watch him, right? So as you see, it's a continue, right? It's a continued. He's still running. All he's doing is just putting his hands up, and he's still running at full speed. Let's watch it one more time, okay? And then I'm going to show you guys how to throw to the outside, how to throw, pass lead up, and stuff like that, right? So boom, right? I'm still throwing it, and he's catching it over the head, and he's still running it. He's still running, okay? And what in God's name? Yo, I just noticed this, but bro, these are not it, my G. Yo, what is Hurts wearing? He's out here hooping. Yo, those are not it, my G. Those are not it. My boy out here hooping on the field. So now I'm going to have it to 2. So I'm still going to have it to near, but except instead of having it at 14 or 15, I'm putting it to 2, okay? And you're going to see a major difference. The exact same play, right? I'm free-forming up. Now this right here, I don't know if you saw it. It's a little detail, but this is what's going to create a skill gap this year. What's going to separate you, a good Madden player, from a great Madden player. But I want you to watch how he stops, okay? Boom. Did you see that right here? Boom. Right? Look at that right here, right? He's running, and then boom, he stopped right there. So it's almost as if The last one that we just watched, he was in a continue. All he did was reach his hands up, but he was still running full speed. That's the difference. That's the skill gap in this year's Madden. You may not think much of it, but whenever he's going to stop like this, because my freeform is so low, so he's running, he stops right here. That's a horrible thing for the game, because now you're risking the defender catching up and getting a knockout. So that's why in this year's Madden, especially with these rack animations, they've added so many new rack animations. It's so important. It's so important, right? It's extremely important to up the speed of your freeform this year. You're going to want it over 10, right? Trust me, you will want it over 10. All right, so here's another example. It's the same thing, right? So where is he? Look, see what I mean? This is just not good. This is just horrible for the game, right? Because my freeform speed is so low, boom, he actually stops. So he like runs in place and then keeps going rather than the last one. It's just a skill gap this year. And it's so important because those little things can, I mean, those little reasons, those are the reasons why you may not score a touchdown. All right, so now I'm in verticals, and another bad reason to have it at such a low number is because I'm going to try to throw it to A.J. Brown. I'm going to throw it to the outside shoulder to A.J. Brown, and I'm not getting it to the outside shoulder, right? He's catching on the inside. I want to throw it to the outside shoulder, right, on this side by the sideline, okay? But having it at such a low speed, it's just not going to, the speed is not going to get there in time. So I'm just not going to be able to do that. So now let's look at that compared to, let's bump this up to 14. Like I said, I wouldn't go above 14 if I were you. There's no, it's kind of unnecessary, honestly, right? Now outside shoulder, right? Boom. All right, now he still caught it up. I actually freeformed up instead of to the outside, which is still fine, right? So let's try it again, right? Outside shoulder, boom. So that's the difference right there. It's a major difference. You guys might not think that it's a big deal, and it's actually a huge deal because the fact that he swerves to the right and he catches it outside shoulder, right? It's just such a skill gap. Boom, outside shoulder, right? Which is what we went on to. So before, because I had it at a low speed, I was only probably in like this area right here, okay? Rather than being closer to this area. So if you watch my videos, I've talked about this before, but the safeties, the deep blues, they will break on the ball like extremely well, man. They break on it so fast this year. So free forming to the outside is going to be key, right? So boom, right? You can just see you can see just how he curves, right? I'm throwing it, I free form, boom, he catches outside shoulder, right? That's what you want. That's what you want. All right, so now I'm going to attempt to throw to the outside shoulder of the tight end, right? So I'm going to throw it, boom, outside shoulder, all right? I'm going to try to get a little bit more to the right, right? Let's try it a little bit more to the right. Now, you might, let's see, boom, outside shoulder, right? See what I mean? So the outside shoulder, right? So you might try to think, all right, why can't I throw to the outside shoulder when it's on 2? And the reason being is you're not going to get these rack animations, right? So this is a perfect example. Boom, outside shoulder to the tight end, right? If you're on 2, he's not going to get this animation right here where he's catching it outside. You're not going to get that animation, and that animation's game changer because it's just a free. It's like a free look. He just continues to run in stride. If you're on 2 and you try to freeform to the right outside shoulder, all it's going to do is it's going to throw backside shoulder, okay? And if this is your first time discovering my channel, man, just wanted to say thank you guys, man. Thank you so much. If you're still watching this far into the video, you know, it shows that I have somewhat of an impact on you and you appreciate it. And I can tell when guys are starting to hit the subscribe button more and just showing a lot more support because they appreciate tutorials like this. But anyways, I just want to say thanks, man, and hopefully you enjoy the content. All right, let's hop back into it. All right, so now we're going to hop into a few examples. But like I said, freeforming is all personal preference. You know what I mean? There is no right or wrong answer. That's why I can't get too precise with it. I can only show you what I'm talking about. But for me, that's why I have, you know, fucking 13 or 14 on mine because going to 20 is just too much and I'm going to overthrow, you know? And going, you know, if I were you guys and you're new to the game, you may want to stay around 6 or 7. 6 or 7 is a decent starting point, and then you can up your freeform once you understand how the game works and stuff like that. But lob passes are the same way. You know, touch passes are the same way. All right, we didn't actually go into touch passes, and I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you right here while doing these examples, you know, a touch pass and stuff like that, and when you want to touch pass. High passing is not the best, okay? So high passing was the meta last year, and in this video, if you high pass, there is like a 70% chance that you're going to drop the ball. So just get high passing out of, just take it out of your habits, you know what I mean? So you don't need a high pass at all. I would not recommend high passing this year at all. All right, but let's run through some examples. All right, so we got a little motion going on, right? Boom. Check that out. All right, so that was a nice outside shoulder pass. That was an outside shoulder pass to Devin Allen, okay? So as soon as he breaks, right, and I throw it, right, you saw it, boom, right? I'm throwing it, boom, outside shoulder. This is actually kind of a free form over top, but still, it's still outside shoulder, right? Boom, right? That's what you want. If I had this set to 2, the free form, the speed wouldn't get there in time, and it would probably either be picked or it wouldn't make a difference at all. But I get that falling down animation. So I guess another way to explain freeform is the reason you want to freeform is because you get better animations, right? That's what I should have said in the beginning of the video, is you getting your freeform down will increase the correct animation, the best animation that you want. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to roll out in freeform. Boom. Roll out freeform. All right. So I rolled out and I freeformed. So in order to do that, you're going to have to hold both of these. You're going to have to hold, I don't know if let's see if I can scoot up kind of, right? You're going to have to hold the freeform and the turbo at the same time. Right? So when you hold those at the same time, the only thing is whenever you're rolling out, the freeform is very sensitive. So I didn't pass lead it extremely far. I just rolled out and I freeformed it to where I'd get that outside shoulder, okay? So you can freeform on the run. It's just a lot more sensitive. All right, let's see what else I got here, right? Boom. This is an amazing example. Absolutely phenomenal example. And I lob past that, okay? So he's on a post route. AJ Brown is on a post route. So he beats him. I see that he beats him. And instead of him running the post, did you see how he does this? So instead of him running the post, I freeformed it up. Okay? Because if he's wide open like this, I would never want to freeform in this area because this guy's just going to break on the ball. So as soon as I see that he beats Diggs, boom, he beats Diggs. I see that. And as soon as he cuts, he's running that post. And I actually freeformed it up and I lob past it, okay? Now, because I didn't lead pass it, so all I did was freeform and then I had just a little bit of the lob pass, okay? So I got the back, I threw it kind of to the back shoulder. Now, if I would have held that if I would have moved the, where is it? This left stick right here. Man, I am struggling trying to show you guys. Yo, right? But this is how you control where to move it, to the right, to the left, up, as you guys know, right? So whenever you hold freeform and you push this all the way up, maybe if I pushed it more up, then I would have got that over-the-top animation. So that's just how, it's such a game changer, man. Let's go to verticals, all right? So you have, you know what, actually cover 3, this will be good right here, right? So what I'm going to do is I have walk-ins right here on an out route. So I'm going to motion him and try to snap in motion. And then depending on the read, I'm probably going to freeform up. Okay, so I'm going to freeform up. Boom, I freeformed up. So now I got, 10 yards on that play because I freeformed up. So I held the freeform and then I motioned him up. I held the freeform. And then as you see, right, as soon as he cuts, I freeformed it up. Boom. So I got, I got, almost 15 yards on that rather than, this is where he was going to cut. is Watkins was going to cut right here. Boom. This is the route. It's a 5-yard out route. But because I free-formed it, boom. Now I catch it here, and then I keep running. You know, I got almost 10 yards, 15 yards, or whatever on that one. You know what I mean? So it's the little things, right? Let's try to get Devin Allen open. Boom. Excellent free form, right? Excellent free form to the outside. So for the last couple tips, right? Obviously, when you hold down the button, that's going to be a bullet pass, right? So that's going to be a bullet pass. And then let's say I send Devin Allen straight. Cool. If I just tap the button, it's a lob pass. All right? So pretty basic, right? Lob pass. You hold it down, it's a bullet pass. Now, if you hold it for like 1 second or like half a second, it's going to be a touch pass, right? So, boom. And it should type in touch pass. See, at the bottom, it's a touch pass. So a touch pass is going to be better than a high pass this year. So this is a high pass, right? Boom. And then usually they'll try to, it's a high throw. And usually if you want to throw it over the linebacker, then you want a high pass. But you drop so many high passes this year that it might be best just to really just free form. You could free form a touch pass. So when you free form a touch pass, that is actually better than touch pass high throw, right? So it'd be way better just to free-form a touch pass. That will give you the animation that the high throw gives you, okay? Which is absolutely genius, right? Boom. I think that was a bullet pass. Yeah, that's a bullet pass. So the touch pass is real tricky. It's real sensitive. So you have to time it right. I think that's still a bullet pass. See what I mean? So it's going to be extremely sensitive. Right? Boom. Right? Touch pass. So that will get it over the defender, which is what you want. And you don't have to high pass. And it's almost a guaranteed catch. So yeah, man, that's basically the free form. Just make sure you try to go into practice mode, 20 minutes a day, for the first few weeks. Just try to be in here 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes is nothing. Just try to work on your free form if you want to become an elite passer. You know what I mean? Work on your outside passes. Work on your lob free forms. Work on your touch pass free forms. Work on your, like I said, try to stay away from the high throws this game for this year's Madden, because you're going to drop a lot of them. But nonetheless, appreciate it. I know it was a longer video, guys, but I had to try to explain everything as best as I could. Much love, guys. Good luck out there. Let me know what you think. Peace out.